All right, so Zelda came out, the new Zelda, and so I got a Nintendo Switch. I got the OLED one. I'll be totally honest, I was never that interested in this product because I don't know. I'm a big nerd, and so I love like frames per second and resolution, and I think sometimes I geek out in the settings menu more than I even like care about some of the games I play, which is crazy. I got this, and I'll be honest, like I was a little bummed out at first just because I turned it on. I was like, this is cool, but like I could see so much aliasing. I could see like the frame rate kind of sucks comparatively to like what I'm used to. And you know, the tech is like old. Anyway, Jesse's playing, I'm watching her play. We're both having a blast. And I kind of have this epiphany. I consider music art, I consider video games art. But at the same time, like at the exact same time, I'm such a total elitist about technology. Like I watch like all the keynotes for like Intel, AMD, Nvidia, Apple, you name it. I keep track of like who's the new CEO and like what's going on at TSMC in Taiwan and all of this hyper nerdy stuff that really I don't know why, but I love. My love of tech has really informed my process when I make records, right? Like I make records with software. I always have. And when I was coming up, all the guys I looked up to were like, what kind of console are you going to get? Like, what kind of console are you going to get? And I was like, I don't think I'm going to get a console, you know? And so, like, that's just how I've worked. And so, for those reasons, those are like the things that I often really value. But then I started thinking about it. And a lot of the times, especially when I'm doing my own records, I do something called the girlfriend test. That has now evolved, of course, into the wife test. I let Jesse or past girlfriends of mine, hi, check out like what I'm working on and just listen to what they have to say because it's so informative. Like you get so deep in the weeds with like all of these little micro details and all of this stuff about it. And a lot of times you just miss the big picture. And that's what I was doing when I was playing Zelda. I was like, I can see all of these fuzzy things in the background and like, is that pop in? And just like being a loser about like caring about that stuff so much, where I was missing the big picture, which was like, this game is amazing. But I think when we're creating art, we're usually, or at least I'm hoping that it emotionally resonates with someone and as many someones as possible. And I think that's probably true for a lot. I would even say probably the majority of artists. I know there's people out there, I don't care if anyone likes my art. Like, okay, cool. I do. So like I create it because I want it to make other people feel something, you know? And I don't know. It was just interesting to think about like how I was just at Alex Garcia Rivera, who plays in American Nightmare. He records on tape. There's only so many channels. I barely understand how he does what he does. He definitely doesn't understand what I do. And it's cool, but like we're both trying to do the same thing. We're both trying to create something that we think is cool that will resonate with other people. And I don't know. I was just like, I think this is just what I'm trying to say here is that if you're hung up on like, I need this software or like I need schmah, anything, honestly, like anything, you probably don't because like I thought I needed 60 frames per second, but like I guess I don't. And you know, like I think about records that people will still come like reference like, dude, I love counterparts, let's say, right? Like I did counterparts in 2011. My computer completely sucked compared to like what I've built, you know, recently. And that record, like I've had so many bands come to me just because of that record, or at least tell me like, dude, I love The Current Will Carry Us. So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with the rest of this video, but I just thought that was an interesting epiphany to have. I guess play the new Zelda and don't lust over gear too bad.